Hello students, my name is Madam Terry Kirago from the Department of Educational Psychology and Technology. I'm handling BCP 1104, Self-Awareness and Personal Development. Welcome to the session. We are going to look at resourcing and building oneself or one's self-esteem. To begin with, self-esteem is the value one places on self, the worth, the feeling, the confidence, or even the lack of it. So today we are going to look at the self-accepting person. Who is a self-accepting person? A self-accepting person is one who is objective, spontaneous, emotionally and intellectually honest. What does that mean? You are not somebody who inhibits or who prevents the art of being natural. So you are natural and you do not try to be what you are not. You are yourself. You are in touch with yourself. The other point is the person is also understanding and has a good relationship with others, that is interpersonal relationship, and works best where one is capable, meaning one realizes potential, what you are good at, and if you are good at it, you do it at your best. You do not restrain yourself. You don't control it. You let it happen. That is why we came with the word spontaneous, acting out of natural ambience. You do not regulate yourself to fit in somebody else's context. You are real. You are not pretending. You are not masking, wearing a mask. You are yourself, and therefore you are not a person who will keep on changing the mask and wearing another. Like if people say that you're charming, they can see that over a period of time. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, and forever. So that's what we mean by you are spontaneous. The other thing is that the person is willing to experience the measures and discomfort, or the pleasures and discomfort of self-revelation. What does that mean? You are not shy to talk about your strengths. You are not shy to say the truth about yourself. You are not doing that to please another person. Maybe your lecturer, your friend, your colleague, or even if he's in church, your pastor or priest, or the religious person. You are just real. And you do not feel shy. It doesn't make you feel, I will not be accepted, or I will not be fitting in that context. The other one is the person claims on life. The person's claim on life are reasonable, meaning you do not set such high expectations of you or what you are doing, yet you might not reach there. In other words, you are straining yourself, you are stressing yourself, you cease to be real. You are a person who realizes, I can stretch myself this far, and this far I am comfortable, this far I'm uncomfortable. So you keep on regulating yourself so that you fit in the context as per you, not as per somebody else's expectation. It happens to be a bit difficult, but that is a resourcing person. You have to resource yourself. The other one is that the person is able to emotionally share in the gifts. The word gifts, like when you are given a birthday gift or a present, even by a friend of yours, you feel very happy. So you are actually celebrating others' things and you gift them. You reward them, you appreciate them. So you are able to share in the gifts of others without undue regret about his own, or that person, his own inborn deficits or deficiencies. What does that mean? You take somebody the way they are. We are who we are today, according to Sigmund Freud. He said that the first 6 years of our life reflect on us later in life. As much as people have tried to disregard that claim by Sigmund Freud, they have found it to be very real. What happened to you before birth, during birth, and out of the world of the uterine world, you continued being. So you have that root that may never change. and that is what we call the genetical part. The genetical part of us can never change, but there is the environment which can moderate it. And the environment can shape it, right, from home, from the immediate environment from home, and the world of school, the world of work. So our first 6 years of life, according to Sigmund, are very significant. And that is why this point is being followed from, that no matter whether we have an inborn deficiency, they should not hamper us. And we should never feel shy. We should resource ourselves, and that's why counseling on self-awareness is very important. That I know I have something that I try to overcome it. I try to change, and no matter how much I try to change, I cannot change. For example, I'm not that tall. Terry is not very tall. I'm moderate height. I may want to silhouette to the sky, but I may not. So I realize there's nothing I can change about what my dad or mom gave me, the genetic formation. So I live with it, and I feel proud about it. And if I want to be tall, if it really affects me then, as Terry, I can wear high-heeled shoes and become tall. If I feel I'm short and maybe the hairstyle can make me tall, I can make a silhouetting one, so long as it's acceptable in the context. So that's what we mean. We have deficiency, but we should not outdo in the, what we call, it can be now what we call in psychology, overcompensation. You can compensate, but don't overcompensate, so long as you are aware. The person does not dwell about missed opportunities. Meaning, for example, like Terry might have wanted to be a medical doctor. Surely I wanted to be a medical doctor. Unfortunately, during our time, there was a shortage of physics and chemistry and biology teachers, but we were able to study maths, biology, but there was no chemistry teacher. So when we reached Form 2, we could not go on with the chemistry. That changed the map of my world. I had now to become somebody else. And I'm proud, I'm not regretting, I'm proud that I'm a lecturer, and that is my field and my food of thought. So we should not dwell on our deficits or things that have made us feel we never attained what we could. We look for an alternative. The coin has 3 sides. It has the heads and the tails, and it has the diameter. So if the heads fail and the tails fail, go to the diameter. And even if the diameter fails, come with a triangle, whatever you may feel that will make you accomplish what you want to do. The other thing is, does not get stuck in irrational feelings of love, hate, and all that. For example, let's say I've been let down by somebody. Let's talk about the reality, truth, a love relationship. Somebody has let me down, and I had really trusted him or her. That should not bring me to the end of the world. We always say that the beautiful ones are not yet born, said Wole Soyinka. So why should I dwell on that? I should look at the best part of me and resource myself and say, this is not the only pebble in the beach. The other pebbles, first of all, the beach is not short of sand. You can even not count. Just like we cannot count the hair on our head. So pick your pieces and move on and get a new pebble and move on. And if that pebble is not suitable, leave it and walk away and move on. And don't be ashamed of yourself. Today, a lot of people are having issues. For example, if people have issues of divorce, they feel like there's a stigma. It is better a divorce than to be killed. It's better a divorce than to live in torment. So what are we saying? You pick your pieces. People will say, oh, Terry, you mean you did that? Yes, I'm a very normal human being. So I'm not dwelling on those areas of my shortcomings, of the feelings that I'm not loved, I'm hated, I'm not hardworking, I don't know I'm what. I must pick my pieces and move on. That's what we are saying. The next thing is defines development of the self-concept in terms of self-actualization, which is the fulfillment of one's own completely unique potential. Self-actualization. Now, that one is touching on another very famous psychologist called Abraham Maslow, and also Carl Rogers, which we are going to see briefly. He said that we have 5 stages of development. You have the love, and we have the natural demands, or the basic needs. Then we have the safety and security needs. Then we have love and belongingness. Then self-esteem, which I've just touched on. Then a self-actualization. It is at the peak of the pyramid. But you can be at the top of the pyramid, then you come back. For example, if you ate breakfast this morning, or lunch, whatever, then you felt you are secure where you are. You can even say hello to a friend, go and see him at his point of work or her point of work. Then you feel well connected with people and you're steady. But you may want to have a goal. Even as we are here, we are trying to meet a goal. And the goal is elusive. So we should always be in touch with ourselves and reach the highest point of our self-actualization and our potentials. So our potentials are elastic. They are elastic. We keep on moving higher and higher. Once you become an engineer, you may want even to be an engineer who does business. Do your business, nothing wrong. You become an engineer who does business, you want to be a pastor. You want to even go to aeronautic engineering. There is nothing wrong. People will say, this one is a confused person. Those are people who are ignorant of a self-fulfilling person or resourcing person. The other one is that this person is said that the ways we regard ourselves, it is said that the way this person or we regard ourselves depends on the kinds of regard given by others. This is called unconditional positive regard. This came from our theorist above there, who is one of the theorists, self-theory, counselor called Carl Rogers of 1995. He said that we should learn to accept ourselves, and we should also accept others unconditionally. For example, I can be a friend to a thief. When I meet him, I don't say you are a thief. No, I address him, how are you, Sam? How are you, Joyce? I do not refer to them as a thief, because the moment I do that, I'm making them not to feel as if they're in partnership with me. So appreciate people as they are. Unconditional positive regard. And you feel as if. That's the other core condition of this theorist, Carl Rogers. That is empathy. You feel as if. You don't feel us. If you feel us, you start acting like that thief. But if you feel as if you enter in the shoes of that client, and you imagine what he's going through and is being labeled a thief, and you imagine the emotions that come along with that. So one should be accepted the way they are. Never judge people. You don't know why they are what they are. We are not encouraging negativities, but we are saying get into their world as a counselor to get to know what happened to this person for him to do this. It could have been maybe the first 6 years of life. So that's why counseling is there, to heal people psychologically, emotionally, socially, and otherwise, whereas our counterparts who are in the hospitals are medics. We work along with them. We are the social doctors, they are the medical doctors. We heal, and the doctors can only prescribe medicine. They might not be in a position to talk through the client, through the issues. They have not even trained in that line to help the client to come in touch with themselves. So we accept people unconditionally. So start accepting yourself, even you student, unconditionally. Don't say, I'm not bright in this topic, I'm not good at being a good counselor. Appreciate yourself and start resourcing yourself in that regard. The other one is that realizes that their difficulties in functioning, can be caused by lack of unconditional acceptance by others at birth. Meaning, somebody came from a home. We all came from homes. Maybe at home your mother told you, you are not as good as your brother. Your brother is so good, he's at MKU. This one is at Alliance. You compare yourself with those from your mother's perspective or your dad's perspective. You start feeling, I am worthless. And that is the beginning of not being a resourcing person. So this person should find no difficulty in functioning if you are so labeled. Pick your pieces and move on. Realize a potential that you have rather than comparing yourself as a poor me. Make sure you make yourself somebody of worth and somebody who has got something that can be of value. Now, that was about one of the theorists who is Carl Rogers. Now we go to Viktor Franklin, who came up with the issue of search for meaning in this year, 1998, in the last century. And he said that, he's also a psychologist, as humans, we are capable of self-awareness, which allows us to benefit or reflect and to decide. Self-awareness, I've just said, is being in touch with yourself all the time. It's like 360. And it's not one-off. It is every moment. As I am walking now, I'm aware that I'm walking. I'm now aware I'm moving back. I'm aware that I'm in a studio. I'm aware that there are two gentlemen seated there behind the camera. So I'm aware of that. So being aware of yourself, you can be aware of yourself that now I'm angry. So if I'm aware I'm angry, then as a resourcing person, I should work towards reducing the intensity of that anger, because it is going to cause stress. And stress will lead to distress. And distress sometimes leads to other psychosomatic illnesses or other situations that can be actually health defeating. They can make you fall sick. Like today, many people have lifestyle diseases because of this issue of how they reflect on themselves. And the other thing is that he talked about that to create a life that has meaning. So one has to create a life that has meaning and has purpose. So we should realize that we are unique in trying towards creating purposes or purpose and values that give meaning to living. This is an existential view of human nature that states that the significance of our existence is never fixed. Existential theory says we are what we make ourselves. And therefore, when you are aware we exist, it doesn't mean we are fixed. We are not here permanently. For example, we human race, we are here for a season. The season could be short, for others it could be elongated, for others could live so many years, others short. But our existence is here and now. We should be aware of the here and now and move towards the future with hope, not with desolation. So we are aware of our existence. I am a lady. Another one is a gentleman. Another one is a child. And I'm here. I exist in Vika. I exist in Mount Kenya. I'm here in Mount Kenya at the moment. But maybe sometime one may change. One may move this way or that way, but you still go and exist. So existence is relative. So we should handle ourselves well in the given existence or in this existential approach. One should take care of that. Now, we are talking about the next person, Viktor Franklin. Just a minute. Who says that it is still Viktor? We continuously recreate ourselves, still a continuation, recreate ourselves through goals. What does that mean? Like all of us set a goal. I want to complete, like for you students, I want to complete my degree in 4 years. I want to complete my degree in record time. I want to pass with first class. I want to come and do my master's. So you keep on setting goals. Goals are elusive. Goals are elusive. So when you meet one or you attain one, you think about the next one. After you meet that next one, you move on. It is the impetus that keeps us in this world. It is the impetus that makes us to refresh and resource ourselves. The key to this day, that is resourcing or self-resourcing person. The other one is humans are in constant state of transition. I think I've covered that. Emerging, evolving, and becoming. We are always changing. Yesterday I was 1 day younger. Today I'm 1 day older. Yesterday I was not in this studio. Today I'm in this studio. Tomorrow I may be in class. So there is that changeable. Tomorrow you'll not be wearing the clothes you are wearing, you student. You'll be wearing different clothes. So we are always changing in the process of becoming. So that goes even in our emotions, our social interactions, our work, our self-awareness. Every time you cannot be self-aware of the same thing you are self-aware a year ago or even yesterday or even just now. It keeps changing. So always being constant in touch with yourself. The other one is being a person who is impulsive. Being the person that we are normally impulsive. That is, we have emotions and all, impulsive, so that we can discover and make sense of our existence. We be aware of our impulses, our emotions. Because if we are not in touch with our emotions, we may not be facing reality. Reality is we have to know who we are. Then we have got the other theories, Virginia Satir, in the year 1988 to 2001. She indicates that what happens inside people and between people is the picture of the individual worth that each person carries around you. This is about self-confidence. How do you carry yourself? Do you carry yourself as a low self-confidence person or high or it wobbles? So what are we working on here? Carry yourself, no matter what you are, carry yourself with your self-confidence. Your self-confidence degree may not be the same as another. There are people who want to erode your self-confidence. In life, that is very natural. But what you should do is you should overcome that by telling yourself, I'm the me. I'm unique. There's no other me. There's no other me in the world. Even among my siblings, even if I have a twin, I'm the only one. The differentiation is with our fingerprints. No matter how identical. If I sneeze and my twin is out there and sneezes, we are very symbiotically connected to a fault. But it means I'm still unique from the fingerprints. So you should realize your uniqueness. The other one is a person who can appreciate own self-esteem will be able to see and respect the worth of others. It doesn't mean when you appreciate yourself, you become selfish or you put yourself in a cocoon and leave the others. No, you should appreciate the other people. The other thing is that the person who is a person who is honest about self and others. We have already seen that. You're good. You're not just self-centered. Who are willing to take risks. A self-confident person takes risks. Life is not easy. You can take a risk. And is also creative and productive. You add value to yourself. You add value to yourself and move on. The other one is self-worth is a person who is learned and have touch with the family and is basically able to fit in well. So you basically want to fit in even in the issue of family. You are not connected to a family, but you are still an individual. The other one is human beings can learn, grow, and change. Every person has a feeling of worth, positive or negative. So whether you consider yourself as highly self-esteemed or lowly self-esteem, you still regard yourself. So work on that. If it's negative, work on it towards positive. If it's positive, elevate it, raise it higher. Now, in that connection, we want to look at a summary of this resourcing person. In a summary, we are looking at the two categories because we have been dwelling on high self-esteem and low self-esteem in the topic of resourcing oneself. Now, the high self-esteem person is natural. That is, you're spontaneous. You don't have to wear a mask. Today I want to wear this face. Tomorrow I'll wear another face to appear in public. No, you are consistent the way you are created. You are consistent the way you do things. You don't do something so that you fit in somebody else's shoes or to please that person. You are natural and you are happy about it. The other one about self-esteem is self-reliant. Meaning, I'm not saying that you isolate. No. You work with others, but you can do things without having to lean on others. If you are a child, you don't have to wait for your mother to come home, yet there is food in the house that when mom comes is when I'll eat. No, you pick the plate, maybe go to the fridge, pick a piece of bread, get some tea in a flask and take it. If you're a student, you don't have to depend on lecturers. You should be able to, like now we are having this situation where we are learning online. We should be able to learn even when you're out of campus. It doesn't mean being in campus, that is where learning takes place. Learning can take anywhere else. It is forever. The other one is feels in kinship with humanity. That is, you are connected with others. And also works with others. That is, also has relationship and intimacy with others. The low self-esteem plays a role. That is, you just act what is expected of you. The other is dependent, self-centered, so selfish, and thinks of objectively, looks at me and others, not me with others. Me, myself, and I. And also, the relationships are casual. Doesn't want to get close because they fear they may be discovered. So, with that, my dear students, we come to a close of today's lesson. Thank you and have a good day.
These televised lectures supplement our robust online learning going on our MKU online platform. You can view more on our televised lectures via our online platform. We are in a digital era, and Mount Kenya University knows this. The following are the steps to follow so as to complete your online application. Download the application form from the website www.mku.ac.ke. Attach copies of your academic certificates and ID. Pay the application fees via M-Pesa pay bill number 270988. Your ID is the account number. 2,000 shillings is the charge for a postgraduate. You can also deposit in the bank accounts provided on the website. Then email all the above to apply@mku.ac.ke.